Hello everyone. In this video, we will talk about a very powerful scalping strategy on small frames, like 1 minute, 5 minutes and 15 minutes. It is also easy to use and does not require much experience. The most important points of this strategy are the following. 1. Stop loss will be easy to place. 2. You will be able to compensate for losing trades very quickly. 3. The accuracy of the strategy will be really high. In this strategy, we will use only 2 indicators, and to increase accuracy even more, we will add a third indicator, which we will talk about at the end of the video. But before we start, I would like to mention that I always trade crypto on Bybit platform, one of the largest and most reliable exchanges in the world. Register now with link below the video, claim up to $30,000 deposit bonuses, and enjoy many other benefits that we always share on our Telegram channel. Well, this strategy works on several timeframes, from 1 minute to 1 hour, but because it relies on resistance and support for the daily close, it is better to use it on small frames. So, let's use the 5-minute frame. After choosing the time frame, we head to the indicators from here. Now, in the search box, type daily HiLo. And choose this indicator, which was created by Unknown Unicorn. There are many indicators similar to this one, but most of them repainting the levels, so it is better to use this version. Well, as we can see, this indicator applies 2 lines to the chart, one is upper and the other is lower, and to distinguish between them, let us open the indicator settings and change the colors so that the explanation is easier. Head to the indicator settings and go to the style section. You can choose the colors you want, but to clarity, we'll use red for the upper line and green for the lower line. Now before applying the second indicator, let's talk about how this indicator works. This indicator identifies the daily tops and bottoms by applying 2 lines to the chart. The upper line is the highest level that the price reached in the previous day, while the lower line is the lowest level that the price reached in the previous day, and most of the time, the price bounces from them because there are several buying and selling orders in these 2 levels. But how can we scalp in this way? Well, when we see that the price has crossed the red line, and we see that some candles have formed above it, this means that one of these candles will be our entry candle in a selling position. On the contrary, when we see that the price has crossed the green line, and we see that there are a few candles that have closed below it, this means that one of these candles will be the entry candle in a buying position. And to understand more, let's see some more examples. Here, we see that some candles have reached the green line, and better yet, we see that there are other candles that have closed below it. So, one of these candles will be the entry candle for a long position. And here, the opposite happens. Here we see some candles that closed above the red line, and this also means that one of them will be the entry candle in a short position. Here the situation will be a little different, so let's see another example before talking about it. Here, as long as there are candles that have closed below the green line, this means that there is an opportunity to enter into a long position. Here also we see good bounces, and even here we see the same thing happening. Here too, we see that the candles have risen after reaching below the red line. And here, we see the opposite. Well, all of this was a simple explanation of how to use this indicator and how it works. Now that we understand all of this, how can we determine the entry candle, and what if we enter from this candle in a short position? To find out the entry candle, we will use another indicator. Head to the indicators box, and in the search field type 10 and 1. And choose this indicator. Now, open its setting, and from this menu, choose Exponential Moving Average, which is denoted by EMA. Then to Input field, and change the value to 20. Well, you can use any other EMA indicator, but because this indicator has many options, and gives more space especially for free accounts on Tradingview, I think it is better to use it. Now that the chart is ready, and the main indicators are also ready, let's talk about rules and conditions. And let's start with short positions. To enter short positions, there are 2 rules. First, we need to see that there are some candles that closed above the red line, and here for example, we see that there are a large number of candles that closed above the red line, and this is exactly what we are looking for. Second, we need to find a red candle that closed below the EMA 20, not above it, and this red candle here is exactly what we are looking for. So from here, from this candle, we can enter a sell position. Well, let's take another example of short positions. Here we see that there are also some candles that closed above the red line, and this is all we need to achieve the first rule. After that, and right here, we see that there is a red candle that closed below the 20 EMA. So, from this candle, we can also enter a sell position. Well, let's take another example so that we can distinguish well between the strength of the signals. Here, we see that some candles have closed above the red line, and this is the first condition, and after these candles, we see that there is a red candle that closed below the EMA 20, and this is the second condition. But if we focus more, we can see that the red candle that closed below EMA 20 also closed below the red line, and this makes this signal a bit weak because the second rule says that the red candle that closed below EMA 20 must also be above the red line, not below it. Well, with all this, the signal was also successful, and to confirm it more, we will use a third indicator, but first, let's complete our examples step by step. And let's find some examples of long positions. The scalping and long positions. First, we need a few candles that close below the green line. Secondly, we want to see a green candle that closed above the 20 EMA and below the green line. And this candle here has applied all the rules. Well, let's see another more complicated example. Here we see that many candles close below the green line, and this is the first condition. We also see that there are some green candles that closed above the EMA 20. And these candles, which closed above the EMA, also close below the green line. So, from one of these candles, we can enter into a buy position. But why didn't we enter from this candle? Well, it could be, but as we said, the signal will be weak unless we use the third indicator that we will talk about later. Here we also see another successful signal, but as we said, as long as the entry candle closed above the green line, it may be weak and may not hit the targets. Here too, we see that the closing was above the green line. But here, we see many candles that closed below the green line, and a little later, we see some green candles that closed above the EMA line and also below the green line. So, from the first green candle that appears above EMA 20, we can enter a buying position, and because we are scalping, we can take the first target here or even here. As for the rest of the targets, we can take them later. But how can we increase the accuracy of this strategy, and how can we confirm all the signals better? Simply, we will add the MACD indicator. Head to the indicators box and type MACD. Then, choose this indicator under the technical section here. Now open the indicator settings and head to the inputs. Scroll down a bit and click on this menu. And choose 1 day frame. Now, when we see that the blue MACD line is below the orange line, we will look for short signals only. Here, for example, we can enter a short positions with the same conditions. Here too, we enter into a sell position. Even here, as long as we have a candle that closed above the red line, we can enter a sell position. As soon as we get a red candle below EMA 20, we can enter. Here also we can enter under the same conditions. As we said, as long as we have candles that closed or bounced with a long wick, we can enter after getting a red candle below the EMA 20. As we can see, all these trades were successful as long as we entered short positions. As for here, from this line, we see that the MACD indicator no longer gives a sell signal, and as long as the blue line is above the orange line, this means that we should look for buy signals only. Here, for example, we can enter into buying positions. And as long as the MACD indicator is giving a positive signal, we will look for long positions only. Now that we understand some of the tedious details, let's see how to place stop loss and take profit in this strategy. As we said, first, we need to see a few candles above the red line, like the ones here. Secondly, we need to see that the MACD indicator is showing a sell signal. Third, we wait for the red candle to close below the EMA 20. And once we get a red candle below the EMA 20, we enter a sell position. The stop loss is very easy, we place it above the highest level that the price reached after crossing the red line. As for taking profit, it will be 1-to-1 as the first target and 1-to-2 as the second target. It is also possible to add a third target, but it all depends on your financial management. Here the first target has been achieved, so we take some profits and move the stop loss to the entry. Now let's see how to set a stop loss with long positions. First, we check the MACD indicator, and since it is giving a buy signal, we will look for long positions. And on the chart, we see a few candles below the green line, which is good as well. Finally, we see that a green candle has closed above the EMA 20, so, from this candle, we will enter a buying position. We set the stop loss at the same level as the lowest price, while the take profit is also 1-to-1. As we said, we can add several targets and moving the stop loss to the entry point. Here, the first target has been reached, so we take some profit and move the stop loss to the entry. Finally, do not forget to subscribe and activate notifications, because in the next video, we will talk about the most accurate way to draw trend lines and know the real trend breakout by using this indicator. And to get free signals and many profitable competitions on the Bybit platform, do not forget to subscribe to the Telegram channel from the link below the video. Thanks for watching, good luck.